I'm Jed Carney, National Secretary of the Australian Nursing Federation. Our members care for people of all ages, but aged care, that is looking after older Australians, is something that's very dear to my heart, and here's why.
Old people, they're wonderful, they're beautiful, and if you start working in a nursing home, you will feel that they're part of you. Looking after them is really a blessing. Deep in my heart, I love them.
It brings out the best in me. I feel like I've achieved, I've returned actually to the society by helping the elderly, and it's very fulfilling. I like it. What's the weather like today?
A bit chilly, but mildly.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very rewarding. It's very rewarding. You know, the old people deserve the very best of care, and you know, most of them are extremely appreciative of what you do.
You can talk to them and they tell you their problems, and if I've got any problems, I want to know what they are and what they can do to help.
You get very fond of them and you do build a relationship, and when they go, sometimes it's very sad. I cry. I just cry, because I think that's the best thing that I can do, and I think they're worthy of a tear. That's my way of coping. I just have a good cry, you know, and we hug, you know, the nurses, we hug one another, and then you just have to move on, because there's still lots of others that are still there and they need you.
It can be hard yakka too, and the financial rewards are not encouraging.
You're running the whole time because there just isn't enough time to do everything, you know, that you'd like to do.
You don't have time these days to sit down and hold somebody's hand and tell them, you'll be all right, let's go for a walk in the garden, which is part of nursing. And as I teach my trainees, that is a big part of nursing. It's no little thing.
More needs to be done about the pay issue, because the job is not only physically draining, it is also psychologically and emotionally draining.
It's more than a job. It's certainly not for the money. That's for sure. It's not for the money.
The diversity of our staff is just something incredible, and I just love that.
Lucille McKenna is the Director of Nursing and a veteran of 40 years in aged care.
I love it, and that's why I'm still there. In aged care, it's all about long-term relationships. We have our residents for months and years. That's why it's so important to keep nurses in aged care, because if we lose them out of the sector, we won't be able to get them back.
We are an ageing population, and unfortunately the nurses are ageing. I think our average age is about 50 years of age, especially in aged care.
Now, Tegan, you can learn to drive. Do you have your licence?
Yes.
Tracy Jones and her colleague Denise Lewis teach tomorrow's nurses.
We're going up now, Pam.
You're doing beautifully.
Beautiful. We have had a shortage of nurses for quite a lot of years, but at the moment it's getting quite bad. And if we could have some more people who are coming out of school wanting to go into nursing as a career, it really would help a lot. Was that all right?
Yes.
No problems? No. Excellent.
I think the last few years there's been a deterioration in pay and conditions for staff working in aged care. The public sector have crept well ahead of us, so I think recruiting younger people and younger nurses into aged care is a huge problem. We get a few, but nowhere near the number that we need, and there's a large group like myself who are sort of not far from retirement, and when these people retire, we don't have the people to follow up and take their places.
I just have to come back the next day because I love the elderly. I love working around them.
Aged care needs more nurses, the right mix of worker skills, and more federal government funding to make sure that all workers in aged care get paid fair wages. Our nurses need your help, because one day you or someone you love will certainly need theirs.